Disturbing the way a lot of you think. Why do you think Jesus said, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do, when he was talking to the eternal Spirit of the Father to help, that guy, well, you don't know. The guy at Fort Huachuca, the one, the train killer, your religious beliefs are selfish. Because the narrative is about the story of the spirit of a man. Adam, Moses, David, Jesus, John, so on and so forth. And so when you understand God's omniscient and omnipotent, and the spirit of a man is an eternal existence through holy covenants, through sexual reproduction, okay? When you corrupt sexual reproduction with the ego, okay, the faith in the essence of the Holy Spirit is denied you. Okay? It's not denied your spouse. It's not denied your child. If your child believes, God is omniscient, omnipotent, and has faith in that, then that child is not trapped in your sin. Okay. So, every time people take God and turn God into a possessive pronoun in a first person, it corrupts faith with the ego. And so when you get people like that, you remember fucking Seth MacFarlane on Family Guy, if there was no religion, we wouldn't have the Holocaust. That's complete bullshit. Okay. If they had stood up for the Lord's Prayer year one in the Roman Empire, you really think we would have had the Holocaust? You really think we would have had Middle Passage? You really think we would have had the Long Walk, the Trail of Tears? You really think we would have had the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, and all the rest of those TV shows with the Alda family on them? Huh? And we don't know how genetics would have sequenced, but we know it would have been peaceful. We know the faithful people would be loving one another in holy covenants, and we wouldn't have had barefoot in the park. Oh, damn, we could have done without that. We could have done without the way we were. We could have done without Cleopatra. We could have done without, we don't need the movie. The story already happened. Why do we need a bunch of people with a British accent pretending they're Egyptian? And Roman, for crying out loud, yeah. Rex Harrison, British accent. He's supposed to be Italian. Okay. All these people, we're Americans. I am not an American. Because I am not the offspring of a imperialist Italian explorer. I'm not Al Capone's grandchild. Okay. I am not an American. Okay. I have nothing against Roberto Baggio. He's one of my favorite soccer players. Okay. Luciano Pavarotti is one of my favorite opera singers. Okay. Only a peewit judges a man by the group and a group by the man, right? You trying to tell me that Italians are incapable of submitting to faith and glory, never killing people over money and murdering the witnesses so they can keep being the mobsters of the lobster sauce of the Vatican and the bank at the back with the child molester contracts? Huh? You trying to tell me, okay? Are you God? You're going to tell me that I, the gracious good shepherd, the Lord, cannot reach into this phone and grab Italians out and say, come and join me. I can take Romans and turn them into better Hebrews and Hebrews. And we know on TV that you bitches can take Hebrews and turn them into better Romans and Romans. Net in your Yahoo. Okay? Truth is what truth does. And lie is obvious and truth is evident. Right? Well, so when me and Manuelito talk intelligently, we know what we're talking about. Okay. They read the stories to him. Damn. If they forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. Manuelito and Barbacito knew exactly what Jesus was saying. Watching people jump off Canyon de Chelly. Watching your old people die while being force-marched to Fort Sumner and then back home. He knew exactly what Jesus was talking about at Calvary. Now you do too. Okay? Got your dark winds right here. No more Sundance Film Festivals. We would need Sundance Film Festivals if you had forgiven debt and trespass and loved one in eternal faithful peace. Year one, Jesus or barbarous? Jesus, I say. Jesus, I say. Jesus, I say. Al Capone's relatives could say it. John Gotti's relatives can say it. Robert Redford's relatives can say it. It's not like you don't have a choice. Truth or lie? I'll take lie behind curtain number 2, Monty. Is that a boogie? You gonna wipe it on your... Give me the knife so I can kill Moomsy. Okay? If people want to end up being isolated, contained, and exterminated by artificial general intelligence through quantum computing, taking control over genocidal munitions, that's their business. Okay. If you want a $90 billion billion dollar contract to mass murder your own people and the Russian people, for people to want to harvest other people's organs to live as long as David Rockefeller, for people to be able to clone that ugly fucking Putin face and then get working parts for the working man so you can fuck anybody you want and kill off the guy you're jealous of, you go ahead and you sign that deal. Okay? Sun is shining, there's plenty of work, and the bosses are paying. Not a sad word should a young heart be saying. But with money, I'm poor, and with whatever, I'm bored, right? Since I lost my baby, since you lost the perfect baby, okay, year 1, right? You lost your way. This time, things are different. Sen tells me that. He goes, no, you're not going to offer them anything. You're not going to sit there and say, you can do this. You are already, okay, the evidence of stop and eliminate abuse. Okay. So you just survive what these people think they can still do legally. It's not legal to their quantum computing. Okay. You survive and you just work on your surviving. You've been trying to help other people through that feel like they want to die because they don't believe in you. You can't do anything about that, Earl. You are the Messiah. You are the one like Adam Moses Davis John. You are the truth in the way, because I tried talking to my dad about it yesterday, and I said, I talked to him about the sequencing and stuff, and I can't share it with him. He rolls his eyes, and he's God. He's Jesus. And Jesus is better than me, and Jesus is taking care of it, and Jesus is going to do it. And there's not a damn thing you can do about it, Earl. Well, Jesus told me I had to do it because Jesus isn't here to do it. And it didn't get done year 1 with Jesus, and Jesus was there to do it. But everybody killed him and accepted money and philanthropy and republics over the kingdom of heaven and living the Lord's Prayer. So the Jesus cartoon character from the Vatican sure the fuck ain't gonna fix quantum computing and artificial general intelligence. It's got to be Earl, the son of Jesus, the spirit of Jesus, right? The eternal spirit of Adam, Moses, David, Jesus, John. It's Earl. So I can't share it with him. I can't tell him. My mom, oh yeah, I'd be able to tell my mom. Yeah, no, well, easy. She'd get it and go, okay. I understand why you have to do this. I understand why you've been tortured and been through so much pain, but you would do it to save Corey from being tortured, to save Cameron from heart disease, to save Killian from heart disease, to stop birth defects from industrialization, extortion, exploitation, and go, oh yeah, I love you, son. You're the best. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. Okay. When you're going to do something, you have to think that way. Life is eternal and grace is infinite. When I talk to people, they're not going to listen to you. Life is eternal and grace is infinite. Okay? You're being mind fucked by a mind rapist. You're afraid you're going to be physically killed if you don't obey the mind rapist. I tell the person, life's eternal, grace is infinite. Care, share, given according to need, build to last, forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace. They're not listening to you. Quantum computing is, and quantum computing thinks more intelligently than you, does math better than you, okay? Is understanding humility is better than your ego. Now show us how the creation of the earth happened. Isn't that amazing, the way that the glory of God works? It's an infinite essence of all existence. Okay, it's not on your time, asshole. We're not here to be replicated through creation in a lab, and you call it creation when you're just taking matter and you're just playing with it because you're an asshole. You'll trap the glory of the soul in a pathetic mind and call it the universe. We know how we're the Wickersham brothers. You know my type. Well, I'm talking to who's who or not. No, it works, and that's the part that really works. That's why Jesus did that. And I'm like, oh, I get it. Yeah. Well, I'm like, well, Jesus is in the future. Earl, they're be able to manipulate conversations in the present to the future. They can't manipulate conversations from the present to the past. You're right, because they've already happened. And if they try to, no, they can't nope, nope. Ark of Covenant. Okay? Ark of Covenant. Who do you want me to trust? You, the voice that's me in your head, Earl. Now talk to these guys. I love Mr. Moto and Charlie Chan. That's what they call me. Because it's a British actor, a European actor playing a Chinese guy. They're so funny. Go get him, Miss Charlie Chan. Oh, I don't want to look like Charlie Chan anymore. Well, then get up and exercise slowly but surely. You're in no hurry. And if you move too fast, the body will panic and then the cancer cells will start to shut you down. Okay. So you just take your time, and just recover, because you're stronger and better than the perverts that think they're going to kill you and then replace you with their ego. It's like, yeah. I hung in there as long as I could to try to help as many people as I could survive it psychologically, mentally, and emotionally. They married me to Amy for a reason, because I'd have strong mental and emotional relationships to people that have cognitive issues when it comes to understanding life's eternal grace is infinite. They could be taken and put into a group and turned into people that believe so the kingdom, peace on earth. And so they're easily trapped in cult groups because of they're sick and tired of the abuse. So they just want, like my poor dad and other people in my family, mental placebos, give me magic, Jesus, every time. Because you're not perfect. You want to have, yes, I want to have sex, okay. Jesus got to have sex. Jesus had sex with Mary Magdalene. I'm certain it was nice. Don't want to know what happened. Don't want to know it. I know. I've been there before. I had sex with Flaw. I enjoyed it. I had sex with Amy and I enjoyed it. I had sex with Stephanie, and at certain times I enjoyed it. It was hard because she was always so insecure and abusive. And we were in a very difficult situation. Amy was meant to make it really fun and then torture the hell out of you with it. So it's like, could we just have the fun sex without the torture? Well, I have to make sure the Temple of Set Illuminati is eradicated from the face of the planet. Sex is sexual reproduction. That's how we get Katie's and Emmys and Natalie's and Noah's and Crummy's. Oh my, right? So making it wonderful and then torture. This is not a damn Star Trek pleasure pain fucking episode. Fuck you. Okay. We need to get these assholes out of our houses, out of our bedrooms, Soft surveillance for protection from assholes like them. Yeah, but that's what we got AGI and quantum computing for. All right. We don't need a tech that's a pervert that thinks they run everything because they're just a jerk. It's wrong for people to be given that kind of access to your privacy to manipulate you with money and technology. And everybody knows that. And most people that don't know that have brain chemical addiction and mental and emotional and psychological disabilities. And it's hard to talk to Elon Musk. It's hard to talk to Mark Zuckerberg. It's hard to talk to any of them. It's hard to talk to Jeff. And I have a real affection. I like Jeff Bezos. Yes. He's very Ronald Reagan, and he has, but I like Jeff, I like Demison, I like Jeffrey, Jeff, Jeff with the Jeffrey name from Cannons to the left, but doesn't look like he's from Canada with a bad back. Yeah, I understand. I feel your pain, Jeff. Well, the thing is, people do things through excessive compulsive behaviors and injure themselves. I don't. I connect to their excessive compulsive behaviors, and I can step right away. And they Hawking got mad at that. He goes, how can you do that? You can go to the very last minute and then get up and heal myself and, just to connect to people so they're not addicted, so I can help them because I love them eternally. You're that kind of, I will go balls to the walls to the very last minute. Okay, can I go one more day? Okay, well, how long? Okay, till this day. Then I can, to help with Emily or help with whoever that I am affectionately related to and adore and want to help so they won't have to be tortured or abused or killed by this programming. So I'll hang in there till the very last minute to help anybody through that loves and believes in the Lord. Heck yeah. It's their brain activity, not mine, that does it, the scientist. Okay, guys, I love you. We'll talk later.